Google's most senior policy voice in Europe has been with the company since 2007, which means she has watched the internet transform from technology into a central infrastructure of the global economy. Annette Kroeber-Riel oversees Google's political strategy and policy engagement across every EU member state and neighboring country. She's been at the center of the continent's most consequential debates on data privacy, platform responsibility, election integrity, and AI regulation. When she describes what the age of AI means for innovation in Europe, she's not offering a perspective from the outside. She has been in a room where decisions are made. Here to join us, the most senior voice for policy of Europe for Google, we are joined by Annette Kroeber-Riel, Vice President, Government Affairs and Public Policy. Please.
It's the first time I use this picture, and it's probably also the last time, I have to say. I don't like it. Okay, so good afternoon. It's a true pleasure to be here in Porto, Montenegro, and I have to see what a wonderful location to have a conference. Compliments, and thank you, Biljana, for bringing me here. I understand we are talking a lot about AI at this event, and the big question, obviously, behind the conversation is how can we all benefit from AI? But talk will only get us so far. The countries that will benefit most of AI and from AI will be the ones that put it at work with their economies and do that fast. This is a true opportunity for the Western Balkans. Using this opening well requires answering a few hard questions. Are we adopting AI enough? And when we do, how can we use it so that it creates jobs and gives us a more meaningful work to do? And most importantly, how can we integrate AI quickly into our real economies? The numbers are very strong. Take your neighbor, the European Union. Widespread AI adoption could add 8% to Europe's annual GDP in about a decade from now. It's 1.2 trillion euro. The relative opportunity for the Adria region is even greater. Here's why. Many European countries are slowed down by legacy tech. They do not realize the AI momentum as fast as they should. Outdated software systems slow them down, so do outdated data center designs. Operating procedures are built for the age of software, not the age of AI. The Western Balkan region can leapfrog and bypass a lot of this legacy tech. Plus, there's an additional benefit for smaller countries because they often manage to move and change faster than the large ones. These are the specific opportunities for the Adria region, but there are also challenges. Overall, I think the water, I have to put this differently. Overall adoption of AI is currently very low, at 12% for all enterprises in Western Balkans. That's part because SMEs are the backbones of the region's economy. They make up to 99% of the local business ecosystem. And typically, they find it harder to embrace AI compared to large corporations. SMEs need real laser-focused support and not regulations that would slow them down. AI adoption also depends heavily on literacy. This is about making sure that the technology is not only useful, but accessible to everyone. Foundational digital skills must be paired with scale AI literacy. This combination ensures that your workforce can move beyond basic usage to actually verifying AI outputs, managing risks, and driving the organizational change required to redesign businesses. For the Adria region, your primary competitive advantage is your agile workforce. This is a region that knows how to adapt. But still, change can creation or even fear. Yes, some jobs will go away, some new jobs will be created, but the majority of jobs will simply change. All of us will need help with this and support building new skills. This is not just an individual challenge for each and every one of us, it is a challenge for governments and businesses as well. 66% of people now believe workers are likely to benefit from AI, but they cannot do it alone. And Google, if I may mention it, is doing its part to help realize the full potential of AI. Over the last 10 years, we have trained 21 million Europeans in digital skills through large and small projects, and we are deepening that commitment to ensure no one is left behind. The most inspiring shift, however, is happening in our classrooms. Students, teachers, and parents have emerged as the true power users, super users of AI. Globally, 81% of teachers report using AI, not only to replace the lesson, but to automate their administrative skills, tasks. By reducing these burdens, AI allows teachers to focus on their core competencies, the human connection at the heart of learning. We must invest heavily in this human capital. And AI is not just a private sector phenomenon. We are seeing incredible public sector innovation right in our broader neighborhood. And I picked one example that I find most inspiring, and this is the Ukrainian Ministry of Digital Transformation. They launched Dia AI, the world's first national agentic AI assistant, half a year ago. It supports civil servants in the midst of a war. So far, more than 200,000 citizens have used the assistant. Now the system handles more than 90% of support inquiries, and human staff only steps in if in very complex cases. To realize this potential, we need the right policy environments. Globally, 58% of people believe that fostering AI innovation in science and medicine is more important than protecting industries through heavy regulation. The public wants innovation. They want governments and tech companies to work together to deliver it. The Montenegrin AI strategy, for example, provides an excellent starting point for this. As you look to build your digital economies, I propose 3 pillars of action. First, foster an inclusive policy framework. We need supportive, simplified regulatory environments. We must avoid protectionist barriers that stifle growth before it begins. Regulation should provide clarity and stability. Second, prioritize AI infrastructure and partnerships. The most effective path to a digital future is through public policy that drives user adoption of digital infrastructure. And third, focus, as I have highlighted, on SME readiness. It isn't enough to give a local business owner access to a language model. We must support organizational change. We must help the small companies or the local providers to integrate AI into their core companies' operations. That is how we see a broader leap in the digital economy. We are living through a shift bigger than the dawn of the internet. It's a fundamental rewiring of how we live and work. And the opportunity before us is monumental. The AI era has the potential to unlock $25 trillion opportunity for the global economy. It's accelerating scientific discovery, transforming healthcare, and spurring unprecedented economic growth. So what will the share of the Adria region be in this? Will you become a leader, a model for other regions and countries? And how can you make the age of AI inclusive so that everyone can benefit in your region and beyond? You have the momentum and you have the talent, you have the strategic vision. So now it's all about doing it. And I suggest we start and build the future of AI together. Thank you so much for having me.